Okay, welcome to the deep dive. This is your dedicated briefing, really aimed at you L&D managers tuning in for our tech and L&D updates. We know keeping up with, well, just the sheer speed of training tech can feel like a full-time job in itself.
Oh, absolutely. It's a lot. But hidden in all that noise are some really potentially game-changing ideas for learning experiences.
Exactly, and that's really our mission today. We're going deep on a pretty fascinating technology. It's behind some really dynamic AI stuff we're seeing now, and we want to explore how it's, starting to pop up in L&D or how it could to make learning, well, more effective, more engaging, and genuinely adaptive.
Yeah, we're talking about reinforcement learning.
Okay, reinforcement learning, often called RL. Sounds a bit technical, maybe, but the core idea, it's actually quite intuitive, isn't it?
It really is, yeah. Fundamentally, it's about teaching an AI system how to make a series of decisions to, reach a specific goal. Think about like training a dog.
Yeah.
You reward the good behavior, right? Maybe ignore the bad. Or even teaching yourself a complex video game. You try stuff, see what happens, learn what works to win. The AI does something similar. It takes actions, gets feedback, usually a reward signal, and over like many, many tries, it figures out the best strategy to get the most rewards. It's really learning by doing, trial, error, consequence, interaction.
Right. So it's not just pulling up facts or, spitting out text based on patterns it's seen. It's learning how to act, how to make choices to hit a target. We see this tech mastering really complex things like Go, chess, video games,
Yeah.
often better than humans.
Yeah.
And it's even part of how some advanced language models get fine-tuned, right? That RLHF thing.
Reinforcement learning from human feedback, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It basically uses human preferences, like ratings, to teach the AI what kind of answers people actually prefer. It aligns the AI. And that's what makes it so interesting for L&D. Because these systems learn optimal actions based on outcomes and goals. They're kind of perfect for building interactive tools where the aim isn't just remembering stuff, but mastering a skill, changing behavior, making smarter decisions in tricky situations.
Okay, so instead of like a fixed branching scenario where all the paths are pre-written,
Yeah.
you could have an AI that genuinely reacts and adapts based on what the learner actually does
Yeah,
in the moment.
precisely. Wait.
Wow, that sounds ideal for things like complex simulations, maybe role-playing difficult conversations, or even adaptive coaching.
Exactly right. And we're starting to see this potential bubble up in a few key areas. Interactive training games, for one. Imagine like an AI character in a negotiation sim. It doesn't just read lines, it actually learns your style during the simulation, and it adapts its tactics to challenge you specifically. Makes it way more realistic, way more personal than just a script.
So the AI opponent, or maybe a virtual teammate, is actually learning how to push my buttons or spot my particular weak points as a learner and use that to help me improve.
Pretty much, yeah. Pushing you to get better. Yeah. Another big one is adaptive coaching systems. An AI coach could learn your specific error patterns, maybe where you hesitate or what your strengths are across several sessions or simulations. Based on that learned profile of you, it can then tailor its advice or the practice exercises it gives you way better than some generic system.
Okay, so the guidance isn't just one size fits all anymore. It's really designed to help me get past my specific stumbling blocks.
Uh-huh. And that connects right into gamified skill building, too. RL can power systems that dynamically tweak, say, the difficulty level or when to offer help or what rewards work best. All to keep the learner in that sweet spot, that zone of optimal challenge and engagement, maximize motivation, speed up skill building. It's sort of like having a personal AI tutor, watching your learning curve, adjust the plan constantly.
That degree of personalization is, yeah, that's really powerful.
It also improves things like behavior-based feedback systems, the customer service training bots, maybe. They could learn over time how to respond more effectively or with more empathy just by getting rewarded for positive outcomes and, well, not rewarded for bad ones. They learn good communication by doing it.
Yeah, I can see huge potential there for soft skills where, how you say something matters just as much as what you say.
And one last area, imagine AI role-play partners inside, say, VR environments. A virtual client or colleague who doesn't just run through a script, but actually learns from every interaction with every user. And then it can adapt in later sessions to really challenge that specific person on the very interaction patterns they struggle with most. Makes VR practice incredibly targeted for behavior change.
Okay, so let's try to wrap this up a bit. Reinforcement learning at its core is AI that learns by doing. trying things, getting feedback, which makes it really well suited for building L&D tools that need that dynamic interaction, that adaptation, tools focused on changing behavior and building real skills.
Yeah, and what's really key here, I think, is the shift it represents. We're moving beyond learning systems that just, deliver content or follow fixed rules. We're moving towards systems that actively learn from the user. They adapt to the individual's performance, their responses, in real time.
So what's the takeaway for you, the L&D manager listening in? Reinforcement learning is really the engine driving this next generation of truly dynamic, interactive, and deeply adaptive tools. We've talked about intelligent games, personalized coaching, smart gamification, behavior-aware bots, adaptive AI partners, and VR.
Right. And this brings up a really important question for you to think about as you plan ahead. What are the implications? What are the opportunities when learning systems don't just push content, but actually learn from and adapt to each user's unique performance and responses, moment by moment? How does that change how you measure skill mastery? How does it change how you drive real, measurable behavior change across your organization?
Definitely something to chew on as you map out your L&D tech strategy moving forward.